gentlemen, Miley Andrews. Up next, Grace Slagle. Grace's parents are Daniel and Lindsay Slagle. Her favorite cheer memory is becoming friends with all the girls and Friday nights under the lights, especially during after all the halftime dance parties. Her future plans are to attend Taylor University to major in nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Slagle. Now for our basketball seniors, up first, number 52, Cooper Beltran. Cooper is the son of Sarah Page and Clayton Beltran. He names Mr. Colin Walker as his favorite teacher and plans to attend college to major in primary education. Ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Beltran. Up next for the boys basketball team, number 4, Jack Kennedy. Jack is a one-year letter winner and scholar athlete. He is the son of Larry and Tracy Kennedy. His favorite teacher is Scott Green, and he plans to attend Ohio State to major in finance. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Jack Kennedy. Up next, number 10, Tucker Miller. Goose is a one-year letter winner and scholar athlete. He is the son of Bryan and Amy Miller. He'd like to thank his favorite teacher, Mrs. Meister, and he plans to attend the Ohio State University to major in marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, Tucker Goose Miller. And last but not least, number 34, Tucker Watson. Tucker is also a one-year letter winner and scholar athlete. He is the son of Rob and Peggy Watson. He names Mrs. Rocky as his favorite teacher, and he plans on attending God's College, aka Indiana University, to study business. Ladies and gentlemen, number 34, Tucker Watson. Ladies and gentlemen, give it one more time for our senior cheerleaders and senior basketball players for all the time and effort and their input into their programs and their community.
Welcome to Bryan High School. Time for some NWOAL basketball action. Tonight the Golden Bears host the Wauseon Indians. Bryan, Arnold, and Tim Meister here to bring you the action tonight from a pretty full Bryan gym. People excited to watch a little basketball tonight. Golden Bears coming off another split weekend last weekend, but 2 wins in a row in the NWOAL. 3-2 right now, both Bryan and Wauseon, a game above 500 in the league. And a couple of teams, 6-13 for the Bears, 6-12 for Wauseon. Nobody's playing for a league championship, but with the tournament coming up soon, playing to keep a little bit of momentum and get some good feelings going as you get to the end of the year.
Yeah, 2 teams that really mirror each other. Wauseon with only 1 returning letterman back this year, playing some inexperienced kids, and a team that's lost some close games and has gotten better as the year went on. But you said both teams are 3-2 in the league. Both have an opportunity to walk out of the league with a winning record, and I think with the league being so balanced and so good this year, I think for both young teams to say you had a winning record in the league, be a nice feather in your cap.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of this game, kind of one of those subplots. Senior night here tonight. And we're going to see 3 seniors start. Cooper Beltran will be in the lineup with Tucker Watson and Tucker Miller. But, you know, that subplot is a chance to be 1 game over 500 in a really good NWOAL. And, you know, who knows what that can propel you towards once you get into the tournament time.
And I think if you're both teams, and I'm going to speak from the Bryan perspective because I knew who they play after this, but they can win this game, then they play an Archibald team who's kind of struggled here a little bit lately. You're really playing for 2nd place in the league or a share of 2nd place. And again, not the championship that most teams want, but you look at where this team was at the beginning of the year, and if you just said, hey, by the time we get into February, you might finish 2nd in the league, I don't think many of us would have not taken that.
No, and I think Chad Burt feels the same way about his Wauseon
Absolutely.
Indians. You know, both teams, I saw these 2 play in the summer. You know, neither team thought, okay, we're going to challenge the PHs or the Liberty Centers of the league, but, you know, I think both are pleasantly surprised on where they're at as far as the league goes. And then you got a chance to get above 500, like you said, and feel really good about yourselves. Well, it's a countdown to tip-off here in the Bryan Athletic Boosters. We're going to be back with more right after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Bryan, Arnold, and Tim Meister back here at Bryan High School, getting ready to bring you Wauseon at Bryan NWOAL boys basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel's Supply Center. Last time these 2 teams got together was last February on Valentine's Day. Bryan with a 2-point win.
Discover top-quality
Golden Bears 52-50. That snapped a 10-game winning streak from Wauseon, and the Golden Bears would like to build a little bit of their own streak, get back-to-back wins here in this. So, Coach Meister, let's talk a little bit about Coach Chad Burt's squad coming in from Fulton County.
For the Wauseon Indians, they are led by Chad Burt. I believe Chad is in his 17th year as the head coach. He is now the longest tenured head coach in the NWOAL, which makes me a little nervous because he was a player when I was coaching. In his 18th season, he's 267 and 114. The Indians are shooting 40% from the field, 31% from the three, 69% from the free throw line, 11 assists, 11 turnovers, and 23 rebounds a game, scoring just a tad under 44.5 and allowing just a tad over 46.
All right, so let's look at our Golden Bears then, and how do they stack up to those numbers under Coach Jacob Parker.
The Bryan Golden Bears, led by Coach Jacob Parker in his second season at 14-26 overall. The Bears are shooting 38.7% from the field, 24% from the three, 53% from the free throw line. Almost 11 assists, 12 turnovers, and 24 rebounds a game. The Bears, much like Wauseon, averaging 44.5 points a game, allowing 50.3. We talked about these teams are almost a mirror image of each other. Their stats really show that, as we just covered both teams.
Yeah, I think the way we look at the numbers, you look at the records, you look at the common opponents, you know, the reality is here that we could be in for a good nip and tuck back and forth battle at Bryan High School here tonight. So we're going to take another break on the Golden Bear Sports Network, come back, talk about keys to the game, meet tonight's officials, and get ready for tip-off here on senior night from Bryan High School.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Back at Bryan High School, Bryan and Wauseon about 5 minutes away from our opening lineups and getting things started here from Bryan High School. So let's talk about keys to the game. Keys to the game brought to you by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers. Been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Coach Meister, let's talk about the Indians.
For the Wauseon Indians, Coach Burt's team, and typically they are very good at this, but he's going to stress taking care against the ball, especially when Bryan switches from their matchup zone to their man-to-man. They want to get a great shot every time down. His teams are known for executing and getting good looks and defend the dribble drive and do a good job on Tucker Watson's side. I think Chad Burt's watched enough film to know that when our offense goes inside out, we're pretty good. When it goes outside in, not so much. So he's probably going to make it really difficult for us to enter the ball into the post tonight.
Yeah, you talk about being ready for multiple looks and man-to-man. I would imagine they see a little man-to-man just for you. Coach Burt will get in and run a little bit of flex for you because he knows how much you like the flex.
Yeah, I will be, and it's exactly why he doesn't get a Christmas card.
All right, so let's talk about keys to the game for the Bryan Golden Bears.
For the Golden Bears, they want to control the glass. They are really good when they can control the rebounding edge. Aggressive in the half-court defense, the Bears matchup zone. Again, they'll see a couple really good shooters tonight, so they're going to have to be able to identify and then contest. Then finally shoot with confidence and in rhythm. They've been doing that, showing signs at times of being a little more consistent in their scoring. That will be huge for this game tonight.
Offense has definitely been better the last couple of weeks, especially those Friday night wins at Evergreen, at Swanton. Some good balance in the scoring. Tucker Watson and Jake Arnold able to score the basketball, but so is Bryce Welling. Rhett McGill's been getting involved. Rhett McGill's done a great job on the boards. Talked about rebounding being important. He'll be a factor tonight. Wauseon a little bit more size than the Bears. Bears going to have to play physical, get bodies on bodies, and make sure they control the glass on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, Bryan's going to see, I believe, the 8th or 9th league rebounder in the area in Altaffer. And also what they're going to see is, I think, one of the top 4 or 5 scorers in the area with Riley Rieksecker. He's not really a guy that's going to put it on the floor and beat you with a bunch of threes. He's a catch-and-shoot shooter, can make threes if you give it to him. He's just got a knack for scoring the basketball. I think when Wauseon's successful, Riley Rieksecker gets in the 17 to 20 point range. I think Bryan needs to take him away tonight.
Yeah, a couple of really good shooters there for Wauseon. Riegsicker's got 45 threes on the year, averages 17 points. And then Xavier Molina, another junior starter to join him, 19 made threes, second leading scorer at 7 a game. So that'll be a key for the Bears, is getting out and finding those shooters, especially early. Don't let them get hot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Riley Riegsecker is less effective if you can make him put the ball on the floor going left. You can't let him catch and shoot. Get up into him early. Once that ball goes on the floor to the left-hand side, then I think Bryan needs to kind of back off maybe a step and keep him in front. But if you make him do that, he's much less effective offensively.
All right, let's meet tonight's officials for tonight's game. Tri-State Vision Center is bringing us the game officials. They've been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. Tonight's officials are James Jordan, Kevin Catafias, and John Huber. And Mr. Meister and I both know Kevin Catafias pretty well. Guy's been around a long time, done a lot of work with the Northwest District Athletic Board, refereed a lot of big games in his day, so a little bit of referee royalty in the gym tonight.
Yeah, he's refereed state finals at least twice in my tenure, and just a really consistent official, doesn't get emotionally involved in it, just like you said, quality.
So that means I'll probably give him at least 1 or 2 whistles before I start complaining about the job he's doing.
Oh, we're not giving him any whistles. We didn't say that.
All right.
We just said he's a good official.
Yeah, we just both like him a lot, but we're still going to call him out if he doesn't do well. All right, this has been the Bryan Athletic Boosters Countdown to Tip-Off. Starting lineups and more are coming up on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
All right, we're back at Bryan High School, about 30 seconds away from starting lineups, national anthem. Bryan and Wauseon, like we talked about already, pretty similar teams here. Coach Burt's squad from Wauseon, 6-12 overall, 3-2 in the league. Coach Parker's squad, 6-13 overall, and 3-2 in the league. And both teams with a win tonight get a chance to be over 500 in the league, and I think that's some bragging rights, especially for the Bryan Golden Bears. If you can look at a young squad moving into next year and have that to look on, I think that's building some momentum for the summertime.
And we shouldn't forget, with tournament draw coming up on Sunday, you talk about momentum going into a tournament, wanting to add a little bit more to your resume. Both teams have that opportunity.
All right, we'll take it down now to Mr. Aaron Hughes and our national anthem.
Currently deployed throughout our communities around the world, and many others who have come before us. To thank these extraordinary men and women, to honor our nation, please rise and join the Bryan Pep Band along with their junior high bandmates under the direction of Mr. Jason Luthi in the playing of the national anthem. The officials assigned this game and met the requirements set by OHSAA and have been approved by Cornwall in tonight's games. Our officials are Mr. Stephen Miller, Mr. Kevin Catafias, and Mr. Galen Meister. Gentlemen, welcome to Bryan. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school community in a positive and respectful manner. That means sophomore, number 3, Bryce Welling. At guard, 6-foot freshman, number 14, Jake Arnold. At guard, he's a senior, he's 6 feet tall, number 10, Goose Miller. At forward, he's a senior, 6'5", number 34, Tucker Watson. And center forward, 6'4", senior, number 52, Cooper Beltran. And a honorary starter, number 4, he's a senior, and he's Jack Kennedy.
Main Street. All right, getting ready to tip things up here at Bryan High School. Jack Kennedy is on the floor for the Golden Bears. Jake Arnold was announced as a starter, but with Jack Kennedy missing the majority of the season after going down in the Rossford game with his knee injury, we're going to do a jump and get Jack a ceremonial bucket off of the jump ball. Ball tipped back to Wauseon, who helps out, get it to Tucker Miller, gets it to Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy makes his bucket. Tough break for the senior, ending his season in that knee brace. Jack Kennedy, a fantastic soccer player, great basketball player, great athlete, and even better kid than he is all of those things.
It's heartbreaking when you see a young man work as hard as he has and prepares himself to have the ultimate senior year, and then just a difficult thing to go through. But you know, he's a kid who's continuing to lead. He's understood his role on the team. He's not powdered or been all about pity myself. It's been, hey, this is the hand that's been dealt to me. How do I make the best of it? As you said, just a great human being.
Yeah, and I've got a little inside information on things on the team, and Jack has continued to be a great leader, great attitude, helping the young guys, showing up every day at practice and trying to be an extra coach for the squad. He's done a fantastic job. So we're going to tip it up for real now. Tucker Watson and Brody Shehorn in the circle. Tip it back to Bryce Welling, and we are underway at Bryan High School. Welling will hand off to Arnold. Wauseon showed man-to-man. Welling has it up top. Resets, gets it to Watson at the elbow. Fade to Welling. Going to look for Miller. Welling gets it harassed, get the ball taken away. Bounce pass in, bucket, good. Riley Riegsacker off of the turnover, transition. Wauseon with the opening bucket here on the main stop scoreboard, early 2-0 lead.
Nice job by Wauseon, doubled the ball off the dribble.
Great cut, backdoor cut by Tucker Miller, layup won't go. Nice find by Cooper Beltran, rebound comes out to Wauseon. He got it across the timeline. Xavier Molina averaging 7 points a game. The junior's got it up top, gets it to his junior classmate, Riley Riegsacker, as he gets the offense underway. Bears are in man-to-man. Ball down in the corner to Alstetter, back up top to Molina. Now the Bears are in their zone.
Yeah, nice little disguise by Coach Parker there. Played man for the first pass, then switched to the matchup zone on the second pass. Nice job of disguising.
Riegsacker kicks it out. Molina back up top as Wauseon being very patient. Not surprisingly, they're not going to be in a big hurry in the half court. Riegsacker out far. Molina up high. He's starting the offense from on the logo just about. And he and Riegsacker played catch up top. Back to Riley Riegsacker, working off the screen, finds the three, buries the three.
That's the catch and shoot we talked about prior to the game. It's something Bryan cannot do. They've got to get up. They've got to get into a space and force him to put the ball on the floor with his left hand.
And that's something you don't want if you're the Bears, is see their leading scorer get a couple of easy ones. So he's seen a layup and a wide open three so far and made them both count. Bryce Welling takes the ball to the basket and it gets tied up. They're going to call a jump ball. That'll turn it over to Wauseon. So 3 possessions for the Bears come up empty here to get the game started. Wauseon leads 5-0 on the main stop scoreboard. Main stop's open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursdays every Thursday. Wauseon now in their half-court offense. Molina with the open three. He misses a little bit of everything. Riegsicker throws it out of bounds, or throws it down at a Bear. Cooper Beltran picks it up, but he was staying on the end line. Cooper Beltran will check out after the senior got a start. Rhett McGill back in, so the Bears back to their regular starting lineup of Miller, Watson, McGill, Arnold, and Welling. Out of bounds play. Wauseon gets an easy look to Jack Alstetter. Gets fouled by Tucker Miller. He'll go to the Welling Construction free throw line for 2 free throws.
Been one of Wauseon's strength even before Chad Burke. He coached under the legendary Ken Burguy. Wauseon's just going to execute everything. Their out of bounds plays, or set plays, or offenses. They're just going to not beat themselves as far as execution.
First free throw bounces around, touches all of the rim. Alstetter, a 60% free throw shooter on the year, gets that one to go. Welling Construction free throw line. Second free throw for Alstetter. Lefty free throw is no good. Chased down by Rhett McGill. So the lead will stay 6-0 for Wauseon as the Bears get it across. Arnold up all high on the right side to Miller. Miller gets Tucker Watson a touch on the block. Back to Arnold, a deep three. That one's short off front iron. Rebound comes down to Alstetter. Riegsicker has it across the timeline. Swings around the horn. Riegsicker will take the deep three. That one goes around and comes out. Ripped down by Tucker Watson, leading rebounder for the Bears. He and Rhett McGill both have done a great job on the boards all year for the Bears. Tucker Miller gets caught up on the baseline, gets the ball poked away, and he'll turn that over. So far, Wauseon pretty stingy on the defensive end. Forced a couple of turnovers by the Bears. One shot and done for the Bears. 5:05 left on the clock. Bears still looking for the first bucket of the night as Wauseon will bring it across the half-court line. Good ball movement by Wauseon again against the zone. Ball inside, Alstetter. Boy, had him just a step left. Tried to find Shehorn. Great job by Rhett McGill poking that ball away. Turnover by Wauseon. Bears now in their half-court offense. Rhett McGill's got it in front of the Wauseon bench. Takes it high. Swing around the horn from Miller to Welling. Up top to Watson. He puts it on the floor. Handoff to Bryce Welling. Baseline taken away. Kicks to McGill. His three is up. No good off back iron. Rebound, Watson. Great bounce pass to Welling, and there the Bears are on the board.
What a great effort by Tucker Watson. Offensive rebound, and then the presence to know that he makes that bounce pass perfectly away from the defender. Great play on both ends for Tucker.
Yeah, rebound and assist. Big man making a nice play there for the Bears. Riegsicker gets draws a couple Bears on that side. Around the horn, Molina now high on the left side. Gets it to Minetti. Minetti's pass goes off Jake Arnold's foot. That'll be a kick on the Bears.
Yeah, nice rotation by Jake Arnold. That's one thing Wauseon will do. They're going to put a really good offensive player at the high post. And when they swing it from strong side to weak side, they're going to try to get that flash open, that small window, and get it to the high post. So great job by Jake of rotating there on time.
Boy, Wauseon Alstetter had a good look on the baseline, fumbled the ball away, wasn't able to finish the catch. We got a backside offensive rebound for Alstetter there, and we're going to get a foul called on Tucker Watson. So that's going to send Jack Alstetter to the line. Second trip there for him already for the senior. First shot this time, bounces around and good. Free throws brought to you tonight by Welling Construction, third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Second free throw is good. So Alstetter's been there twice. He's 3 of 4 from the line. He's got 3 points. Wauseon with an 8-2 lead, 3:35 left in the opening quarter here at Bryan High School. Bears in the half court. McGill swings to Arnold, swings to Welling. Back to Arnold, top of the key. He's working against Molina down the left side. Kick to Miller, his three short. Comes out to Shehorn, another rebound. One and done again for the Bears on that. Wauseon doing a pretty good job on the defensive glass so far. Wauseon now works against the top of that Bears zone. Molina kicks it back. Rieksecker's three rattles in.
Yeah, just too many times they're letting him catch and shoot and get good looks. they're going to have to identify much sooner on the defensive end than what they are.
Yeah, and right now the best player for Wauseon is feeling really comfortable. He's getting a lot of good looks. I know we're outsized. I know they're a little bit longer than us in places, but I think the Bears are probably going to have to consider coming out in some man-to-man so they can't let him get such an arm's length away, because that was just a two-man game between him and Molina working against the one defender in the zone up high. So the Bears have either got to go to more of a 1-2-2 and get an extra perimeter defender up top, or you're going to have to go some man-to-man so you can find their shooters a little easier.
With that matchup zone, they should be able to take the form of whatever offense Wauseon is running. They're going to have to shade that defensive side. That's got to be a conversation with Coach Parker. I think the other part of this timeout conversation is our big guy hasn't touched the ball one time on the block except on an offensive rebound. We talked about prior to the game. Everybody knows that's when Bryan's the most effective. In fact, Chad Burt said he wanted to take that away prior to the game. So I think a couple adjustments here, a couple reminders in the timeout, a lot of game left. Just say, hey, let's remember what we worked on all week. What do we talk about in the scouting report? And then let's execute it.
All right, Bears possession here coming out of that S&S directional boring timeout. A chance to run a little bit of a set. Watson's pass a little too hot to handle for Rhett McGill, curling in the middle, but it goes out of bounds off of Colin Minetti, so the Bears will keep the ball underneath their own basket. Hunter Watson checks in for Tucker Miller. Jake Arnold will inbound underneath his own basket. His pass is deflected by Alstetter and goes out of bounds. Bears will reset and try it again, this time from the side.
It's a tough spot to run out of bounds play right there.
A couple of cross screens by the Bears. Tucker Watson rolls, 15-footer from the elbow, no good. Tipped up, kept alive by Rhett McGill, and then on the strip it goes out of bounds off McGill as he tried to follow, got the ball poked away. Bears come up empty, 11-2. Wauseon leads, 2.5 left here in the first quarter from Bryan High School. Bears now showing a little bit of a three-quarter court pressure and a trap on the wing. Ball reversed around to Minetti, back to Molina, back to Riegsecker. Looks like the Bears are trying to extend a little bit to that backside wing.
Yeah, Wauseon's going to overload his side, which gives matchup zones all kinds of problems.
Molina's deep three, no good off front iron. Watson and McGill chase it down, and then Watson throws it away. Just in a hurry there. Just relax a little bit. You got plenty of time. No pressure from Wauseon. Unforced error that you can't afford right now if you're the Bears. So Wauseon gets the ball back, has it in the half court. Just about 2 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Early 9-point lead for Wauseon. Bears trying to wake up out of a little bit of a slumber right now. As that cross-court diagonal gets tipped by Arnold, Hunter Wheeler comes away with it, brings it across, gets it to Arnold, works right side, poked away, gets it to Watson. He works on the block, nothing there. Back up top to Arnold, and the Bears will set their offense. Nothing's been easy so far for the Bears. Can't find that good, smooth rhythm that they had the last 2 Fridays in league games so far. Hunter Watson working off a screen from Tucker Watson, kicks to Arnold, passes up to 3, gets it in the paint. Runner chip shot off the back iron, drops through.
Shooter's touch on that one, Dad, shooter's touch.
It's the Bears 4 points now, 11-4. Wauseon leads just down to about just a minute left here in the opening quarter. Ball is ripped away by Welling, ends up in Seahorn's hands. Backdoor cut by Riegsecker. Watson lost him, and he gets an easy bucket. Bad break there for the Bears. Good play defensively by Welling. All for naught. Bears continue to work against the Wauseon man-to-man. Welling swings to Watson, gets it to Arnold. Defended by Molina in front of the Wauseon bench. Hunter Watson's 3, no good off back iron. There's an offensive rebound to Rhett McGill. Watson into Tucker Watson. He gathered a crowd. Hunter Watson will try again, back iron again. Rebound, poked away, poked around, ends up in Molina's hands. He's got the run out for Wauseon. And then we're going to get a foul called on Hunter Watson, but he doesn't agree. It almost looked like he olayed it, and he got Molina to miss the shot. Didn't see a whole lot of contact there, but regardless, Xavier Molina is going to go to the line to shoot 2 with 18.9 left here in the first quarter.
I don't know if we got blocked out from that on the backside and something happened there, but did not think there was a lot of contact that necessitated a foul.
No, like I said, it almost looked like Hunter was stepping out of the way. So interesting call there. First free throw goes for Molina. His first point of the night. He comes in averaging 7 points a game, 57% free throw shooter on the year. Second free throw, no good. And then McGill and Welling going for the defensive rebound, knock it off of each other out of bounds, and the ball will stay here with Wauseon. So the Bears can't get out of their own way here in the first quarter.
You can just tell they're not in sync right now. Everything's real clunky. Nothing is smooth. As you said, they haven't found that flow. They were still good at finding the past couple of Friday nights.
There's a couple of unforced errors, and then we're going to get another shooting foul on the Bears. So this will be, I think, 8 free throws now for Wauseon. This one's going to go on Tucker Miller, who just checked back in for Bryce Welling. And this is going to be, there's Allstetter at the line again. This will be free throws 5 and 6 at least in the opening quarter. Can't ask for much easier than that. Lefty's looking pretty smooth at the line. That's his 4th point. Extends the lead back to 11 for Wauseon. 15-4 on the main stop scoreboard with 16.3 seconds left. That free throw way short, and we ran away from the Wauseon defender. It ends up in his hands, and he lays it in. We couldn't make it much easier for Wauseon at this point.
No, it comes down to we have not executed whatsoever, and Wauseon has.
Arnold airmails a baseline jumper about 6 feet longer than he needed to. Maybe he thought somebody was going to come for an alley-oop on the backside. Hard to tell, but that's pretty much reminiscent of how the quarters looked. We've forgotten how to play the game of basketball. Wauseon inbounds, chucks it, and I'm half shocked that shot didn't go in the way things are going in this first quarter. So a quarter to forget if you're a Bryan Golden Bear. Going to have to come out and find a way to make things better here in the second quarter. So 17-4, Wauseon leads at the end of 1.
Fallen on hard times? At the Williams County Veteran Service Office, we're here when life gets tough. We provide emergency financial assistance for housing, food, and utilities, plus transportation to VA medical appointments. Whether you need help today or just someone who understands, we're ready to serve. Please reach out to see what we can do for you, because the only veteran we can't assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Back at Bryan High School, Bears will have the opening possession here in the second quarter with a lot of work to do. 17-4, they trail Wauseon on the main stop scoreboard. No rhythm so far for the Bears. More turnovers than made buckets. Time for them to get into a little bit of offense here and make some things happen.
Yeah, they're really going to need to have a hot start this quarter to get themselves back in the game.
Jake Arnold short with the jumper this time from the right block. Cooper Beltran in the ball game for the Bears.
Nice job by Jake of penetration, getting himself a good look. What has been the bugaboo a lot of the year, we just cannot get shots to fall right now.
Riegsecker now, shot fake, gets himself an open look. Short off front iron, Molina with the rebound for Wauseon, reset the offense up top.
Nice job of Bryce Welling getting up in the shooter and forcing that left-handed dribble.
Wauseon with some good ball movement, get it to Shehorn, kicks it out to Molina, he'll work baseline. Nice job by the Bears taking that and went away. Rhett McGill knocked that pass down, got it to Hunter Watson, ahead to Arnold. Swings to Bryce Welling. Bryce Welling thinking about it. He's looking for his drive. That's Bryce's game. Coach Bird, I'm sure, has talked to his kids about trying to build a little bit of a wall as Watson's look from 3 won't go. Kept alive by McGill, picked up by Welling. Good job by the Bears hustling to keep that possession alive. Hunter Watson now with it up top. Arnold back to Watson. Bears set their offense. 6:40 here in the first half. 13-point lead for Wauseon at Bryan. Arnold another open look for 3, no good off front iron. Rebound comes down to Shehorn. The Bears remain ice cold from the outside. And everywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
Wauseon now with the ball. Alstetter kicks to Rieksecker, chased off at the three-point line by Welling. Molina now on the right side. Shehorn in the walkaway up top to Molina. Now Minetti back to Molina. Alstetter in the corner. You see Wauseon being very patient as they move the ball around against the zone, just looking for that breakdown. Shehorn's got it in the walkaway. Up top to Molina, and there's that open spot. Rieksecker by himself, and leading scorer's not going to miss that shot.
Too easy.
He's got 12 already, and Wauseon leads 19-4 here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, right now Bryan has done very little to take away their leading score, as you mentioned early on, and that's haunted them.
Arnold takes it to the basket. Try to get some contact, doesn't get it to go. Cooper Beltran with a great hustle, but we're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to go to Wauseon. A couple of subs at the table. Tucker Watson check in for Cooper Beltran, and Cooper Vollmer is going to check in for Rhett McGill. Wauseon brings it across the timeline. 19-4 lead for the Indians here at Bryan. Bears stay in their zone. Wauseon's going to be very patient at some point, but the Bears got to score buckets before it matters. But if you're going to get a run, get back in this, you're going to have to force the action. Rieksecker off glass finishes, and right now he's doing everything.
Yeah, you know, when you catch it like that inside of 10 feet of the basket, you certainly make it a little easier on him than you want to. They're going to have to make an adjustment defensively. Right now it's just way too easy. You watch Wauseon defend right now. They're basically playing a man-to-man zone, meaning that their toes are inside the three-point line. They're rolling the dice that Bryan is not going to make a three, and that really makes it difficult to get the ball in the basket, which Bryan is really good at, in getting the ball inside of the post.
Yeah, if the Bears don't have a little bit of inside out, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Coach Parker calls a full timeout. Bears were a little bit stagnant there offensively, going to try to get the troops rallied to move around a little bit. Timeouts brought to you by S&S Directional Boring. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play. From new main water and sewer lines to field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your time out in peace. S&S does it right the first time. Call 419-630-0729. So, Coach Meister, Bears got some issues on offense. We got to get things figured out, and you don't have a lot of time to keep figuring out what it is that you want to do. Down 17, you've scored 4 points. Getting to the halfway mark of the second quarter here. Now this is going to get awful late, awful early if we don't get things going offensively.
Yeah, to the coach, this is really frustrating because it seems like we just can't get going. We don't have any enthusiasm. We don't have any oomph to us. It's like everything is a struggle. In a coaching situation like this, one of the things I'd like to do is I like to press. I don't care if it's man-to-man, I don't care if it's a zone, just to get the kids up, to get in them, to try to get something going, the pace a little different. The problem is to do that, we have to score.
Yeah, that's kind of it all hinges on that orange thing's got to go through the little bit bigger orange thing, and we got to make some things happen that way. Tucker rolls open. His pass from Arnold goes through his hands. Another turnover for the Bears. Wauseon back the other direction. Welling does a good job here. The Bears now do show some man-to-man. Hunter Watson is on Rieksecker. He's going to face guard. Arnold on Molina. Wauseon starts to set their offense. And we get a timeout by Coach Burt now. Wants to make sure that his boys understand what they need in the man-to-man. 30-second timeout here for Wauseon. So Bears show a little bit of man-to-man, maybe a little change. You got to do something. It's the same thing that you just said, whether it's a press or anything like that. You got to do something to try to change the momentum of this game. It's 21-4. It's a 17-point game, but it's a long way from over.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Basketball is a game of runs, and our run has to be back at them. Bears switch from matchup to man. Coach Burke calls timeout up 21-4, and people are probably saying, I don't understand that. I do. I'll be shocked if they don't come out and run a set.
Yep.
Because he wants to make sure that a change in defense doesn't change momentum. So he's going to make sure he gets a good look or gets a set to the guy he wants to get it to. He is really good at multiple option sets, meaning if option 1 isn't open, he'll always have an option 2 or 3. Let's pay attention to what the Indians run.
It'll be interesting to see if he does what he does here. Rieksecker was getting face guarded. He gets it to him off the inbound. He works now against Hunter Watson. Picks up his dribble. Gets the ball to Molina. Molina now to Shehorn. There we go. There's your flex action you were waiting for. Bears switch off. Now Molina works against Watson. Boy, he got an extra step right there. I'm not quite sure how that's not a travel. Bucket goes for Molina off glass. He's got 3. Lead is 23-4 now. Wauseon. Watson to Watson. Tucker Watson up strong through contact. And that's where it's got to go. We've got to get some touches. We've got to get the offense to run through him.
Hey, good to see Tucker Watson be really aggressive. He took that with a purpose and a mission.
Yep. Good strong move through the chest to Shehorn.
And this is where I'd like to see, if we make this free throw, I'd like to see us get up in them. You know, just change the pace of the game. Don't let them get comfortable. But
free throw no good there for Watson, 63% shooter. Leading scorer, leading free throw shooter, leading rebounder. The senior's done a little bit of everything this year for the Bears in his first year of full-time duty. Picks that up, has it taken away. Tucker Watson picked up the steal, got it fleeced from behind. Even when the Bears do something right, we can't get the momentum to stay in our favor. Wauseon back on the offensive attack now. Molina swings it to Alstetter. Alstetter working against Welling. Welling takes away that left-handed drive. Riegsecker now working on the block against Watson. He gets poked away by Bryce Welling. Got a foul whistle. We're going to call that on Hunter Watson. That's a tough one on Hunter Watson, just trying to body up down there on the block.
I think that's one where if Hunter doesn't swipe down, it probably doesn't get called.
Bears staying there man-to-man. Inbound into Alstetter. Tries to get over Vollmer. Vollmer alters his shot. He gets the rebound, gets it to Arnold. Arnold gets it across the timeline. Handoff to Bryce Welling. Welling attacks. Well, he finally got himself a good look. Vollmer's follow wouldn't go. That shot got blocked. And Wauseon comes down with it.
Yeah, I like the look. Bryan's going 2 bigs right now with Vollmer and Watson. See if they get some high-low action.
Molina works against Arnold. Arnold might have got a piece of that shot. Rebound comes down to Watson. Now Arnold attacks. Spin move, left hand finish, no good. Vollmer picks up the rebound. And he's going to go to the free throw line, gets fouled. Good activity there. Freshman backing up the freshman for the Bears, and Cooper Vollmer will go to the free throw line, taking advantage of some good varsity minutes here in the first half of this ball game.
I think both coaches are a little frustrated on a couple of drives, but I'll tell you the one thing these officials are doing, and I agree with it, is if the offensive player is going out of his way to create the contact, the defensive player has an established position. They're not going to bail him out, and I'm okay with that.
Rhett McGill checks in for Hunter Watson. Vollmer's first free throw is good. Cooper's been a force on the JV this year. He's had a really good winter, kind of come into his zone, grown a couple of inches. Touch has gotten good as he knocks down his second free throw from the Welling Construction free throw line. He has really blossomed. He's got a bright future, and I know the coaches feel good about what he's going to bring to the table next year as a sophomore. Backdoor, easy play. Riegsecker flushes it. Dribble away, Coach Grosjean play. If you come to a girls game, you're going to see that play about every game to start a quarter or coming out of a timeout. Wauseon uses it for a flush, and then on the other end, Welling to the basket, and he gets fouled.
Good answer.
Good answer right there, taking that momentum away.
Now, when Coach Grosjean has run that, is any of the girls finish with a flush or not?
No, we barely finish it with a made bucket, but it's always open. It's always there. It was a running joke for a long time that he ran that play better than anyone else, and it was averaging about 3 points on that a ball game. Maybe a season. Welling's bucket's good. That gives him 4. His free throw from the Welling Construction free throw line is good. That gives Bryce 5, gives the Bears 11, 25-11 Wauseon's lead. And the Bears got to find a way to cut a little deeper into this lead before the end of the half.
I think if they can get to half and they're down by 10 or less, they have to feel really good because they have not played well.
Here's your flex. Baseline cutting out there. Minetti kicks out. And there's Riegsecker, gets the look from 3, rattles in and out, no good. Good rebound by Bryce Welling. He looks to push. May have gotten away with a double dribble there, but no whistle. Arnold up top, works against Riegsecker. Brett McGill works off a screen from Vollmer, back to Arnold. Bears again a little bit stagnant offensively here. Get the ball to Tucker Watson, but 17 feet away from the basket, so he gets himself into the paint. Tries to draw some contact, no whistle. Rebound comes down to Riegsecker as he pushes and attacks into the paint. Up, through, can't get the shot to drop. And then we're going to get a foul called. Tucker Watson's going to pick up a cheap one there with a minute left in the first half. Just a second foul. We're going to call that a shooting foul?
He must have called it on like he was going to try to tip that in.
Oh, wow. He had a better angle, I guess. That puts Brody Shehorn at the line. Junior comes in averaging 4 points and 2 rebounds. 92% free throw shooter. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth and he missed the first free throw.
You have a knack for cursing free throws.
I just thought about it. Like, hey, this guy makes 90% of his free throws, and then he went ahead and missed the first one. Shehorn will shoot the second as Cooper Beltran checks in for Tucker Watson. Second one is also no good. Cooper Vollmer with the rebound. Jake Arnold will bring it across the timeline. And the Bears have got to get a lot more active offensively. Too much stagnant right now. Welling into Vollmer. Drop step, gets his defender in the air and finishes off glass. Big, strong finish for Coop Vollmer right there. The Bears have the patience to do it. They have the post players who can cause some trouble. Wauseon's long, but the Bears post players are big physical guys that have some great post moves and can make some things happen.
I think you go back and watch a replay of the last 10 games you and I have done together, this team, and we say the same thing every game. When it gets inside, we're pretty good.
Yeah, we do good things when we run it through the post. Vollmer's free throw is no good, but the Bears got the rebound.
Let's go back to him.
Arnold
good move.
Jump stop.
Good move.
Off glass. First time really under control. Good finish at the rim. There's that lead to 10. Now the Bears need to stop.
This is a huge stop. If they could stop and get it back and get a shot off, that's massive going into the second half.
Manetti's got it up top, guarded by Cooper Vollmer.
That's a tough matchup for Cooper.
That is. But Manetti has not looked to be very offensive. Now Rhett McGill versus Riegsecker up top, who wants to dribble this thing down. So probably not going to get a shot out of this if you're the Bears, but you got to get a stop. There's the stop. 4 seconds.
He's a magician at this.
Long heave for Arnold, just short. Looked like it could have been online, but couldn't get it to go. So the Bears got it to 10. We were asking for a lot right there, so we'll see. At least got it close enough to be sniffing when we come out of the half and have a little bit of a chance. We're going to make some adjustments hopefully at halftime, and we found a little spark there at the end of the half with Cooper Vollmer, Tucker Watson. I think we can make good things happen with our post players inside. We've got a little bit of advantage there, and then the Bears got some stops, and they got some stops. They've done a pretty good job limiting second chances for the most part against Wauseon. With the free throw line, we're going to see that story in a minute. That's been murder for the Bears.
You know, a nice job by Coach Parker when Bryan switched the man-to-man defense. It seemed to get our kids a little more going as far as just being active and getting into it. A little more of that emotion, enthusiasm came back. That transferred over into a couple good offensive sets on the offensive end. Yeah, being down by 15 going in at halftime and being down by 10, those are two different scenarios because now you're talking about coming out in the third quarter, quick start, let's get this thing to 6, and all of a sudden now you have a different ball game.
Possession arrow will favor the Bears when they come out. They'll have the opening possession, hopefully get a bucket, get your stop. You got to find a way to swing the momentum. They're going to talk, I'm sure, about Riegsecker. Right now, it's almost one of those games. If he's going to get his, he's going to get his. Don't let anybody else kill you. And they've done a pretty decent job of taking away everyone else so far.
Yep, that's a great point. You know, again, they let him alone enough times where he got probably 3 or 4 looks that are just way too easy for him. But like you said, if he's going to get his and nobody else does, I think you can live with it.
You're going to trade that off, especially if it gets you back in the ball game with a chance in the fourth quarter. Bryan Arnold and Tim Meister here. We're going to take a break on the Golden Bear Sports Network. We'll come back and talk stats from the first half. We'll be right back after this break.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
All right, back at Bryan High School, Wauseon with a 25-15 lead here over Bryan at Bryan. Bryan Arnold, Tim Meister here bringing the action. So, Coach Meister, let's talk about some halftime stats here and that tell the story of how we got to this point.
Yeah, let's look at team stats first. For the Wauseon Indians, they are 9 for 19 from the floor, an outstanding 7 for 10 from the 2, 2 for 9 from the 3. Made it to the free throw line 10 times, only converting 5. 5 turnovers, 15 rebounds, no points off the bench for the Indians. For the Bryan Golden Bears, they were 6 for 22 from the floor, 6 for 15 from the 2, 0 for 7 from the 3, which I'm sure we're going to talk about that and how Wauseon is choosing to defend us. Bryan is 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 6 turnovers, 13 rebounds. They've gotten 4 points off their bench.
Yeah,
and that's all been from Cooper Vollmer, the freshman
coming in off the bench has been huge for the Bears. Did I miss a sub from Wauseon? Have they subbed anyone? I think you may have played the same 5 guys the entire time. I don't remember saying a different name. So maybe Wauseon didn't get themselves in foul trouble, that's for sure. There wasn't a lot of whistles on that end.
But it wasn't a fast-paced game.
It was not. And if the Bears can start to get a little more aggressive and attack inside, they did force a couple of fouls on post defenders there when they got touches from Watson and Vollmer. So, that's an opportunity there for the Bears.
Let's look at individual scoring. For the Wauseon Indians, they have 4 people who have scored. Brody Shehorn with 2. Xavier Molina with 3. Jack Alstetter with 4. And they are led by their leading scorer, outstanding player Riley Rieksecker with 16 points. The Bryan Golden Bears, Tucker Watson with 2. Cooper Vollmer, freshman, coming in off the bench, scoring 4. Jake Arnold with 4. And they were led by sophomore Bryce Welling with 5.
You can hear it right there in those individual scores. No big numbers for the Bears, but you've got about 6 guys who have scored so far tonight. You've got guys that are looking to get shots up. And I think when we talk adjustments here in a minute, I think that's going to be one big one for the Bears is come out and get Tucker Watson established. You let Cooper Vollmer give him a break every now and then or run them both at the same time, make life hard on Wauseon. But that offense has got to go inside out to create some better opportunities. Jake Arnold and Bryce Welling trying to go to the basket will have a little bit more opportunity to do that if they can get some of the defenders' eyes on the bigs instead of eyes on help side and taking lanes away from them.
Oh, we talked about Wauseon defending in the first half. They played that, I call it the man zone, where they're in a man-to-man, but they're not playing anybody outside the three-point line because Bryan's not been effectively able to shoot the 3, and that makes it difficult. When you get the ball inside the post, which you alluded to, and you get Vollmer and you get Tucker Watson and they're effective to score some baskets, all of a sudden those three-pointers, kids have a little more time, a little more rope, their feet get a little more set. Even though they're 0 for 7, the Bears are going to have to score from the outside, though.
Going to have to start knocking down some shots. I feel like a broken record. On the nights when we've struggled, that's what it's been. Just shot making has been an issue for the Bears.
Yeah, and it seems like when we don't make shots, we don't get ourselves to the free throw line either.
Yep.
Again, some of that's just youthfulness. Some of that's just, again, we're still learning how to play the basketball game a little bit. So that's something that, again, Coach Parker and the coach are going to have to walk them through. Make sure you're getting the kind of shots that either get you to the free throw line or learn how to get yourself or your teammate a basket in those situations.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Come back and talk some quick adjustments, get a look at some out-of-town scores, and get ready for second half action here from Bryan.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Allie Held Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
Back at Bryan High School. Reminder that today's game is brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews, O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Some out-of-town scores tonight. Right now at the half in some GMC action, Ayersville leads Edgerton 28-11. Antwerp leads Hicksville 29-22. Another NWOAL game at Liberty Center, just 2 points better than Delta at the half, 29-27. In the WBL, Defiance leads Bath 19-12 in a low-scoring game. At the half in the GMC, Fairview leads Wayne Trace in a tight one, 24-22. And tomorrow night's opponent for the Bears, Paulding, leads Tenora 45-16 at the half. Also a halftime score from the NWOAL, Evergreen leads Swanton 42-23. Another halftime score, PH in a big league matchup tonight leads Archbold by 21 at the half, 38-17. Senior Mac Heber, now the all-time leading scorer in PH history, leads the way with 20 points tonight already at the half. So Coach Meister, Wauseon and Bryan are back on the floor. Coaches have talked to their teams. So what's an adjustment? We've talked about some things already. What's an adjustment the Bears need right out of the chute?
I think we got to go inside early on. I'm not opposed to playing Cooper Vollmer and Tucker Watson together. I think you give a double big look. That makes Wauseon at least have to readjust some thinking of how they defend. Like we said, that was effective late in the first half. And defensively, I think we have to stay man. And again, pressure when we make a made basket. Not because Wauseon can be pressured, going to turn it over a bunch, just because I think it gets our legs underneath this and gets it going. For Wauseon, dance with the lady who brought you to the dance. Continue to execute, continue to get the ball to Rieksecker. As you said, I'll be interested to see if the bench comes into play for Wauseon, since they don't seem to be very deep. And I'm interested to see if another Wauseon player steps up and shoulders some of that scoring outside of Riley Rieksecker.
And that may be a key for the Bears, is trying to limit the damage to that one player. Halftime adjustments and out-of-town scores brought to you by WBNO and WQCT. No one covers Williams County sports like 100.9 B-Rock. Follow the Bryan Golden Bears all season long on Q96.5. Listen on air, online, and at WBNO, WQCT.com. So the Bears will have the opening possession in the half, trailing by 10, 25-15. Wauseon leads as we start third quarter action. The second half starters for the Bears are Rhett McGill, Jake Arnold, Bryce Welling, Tucker Watson, and Cooper Vollmer. Same five starters, same five players we've seen so far tonight for Wauseon. Molina, Minetti, Allstetter, Rieksecker, and Shehorn.
I like the adjustment starting Cooper Vollmer in the second half.
There we go right away. Touch to Tucker Watson. Kicks it out to Arnold. Works against Molina. Back to Tucker Watson. He kicks to Welling. He loses the handle and then loses the ball. Rieksecker takes it away from Welling. And we're going to get a foul call. Tucker Watson thought he got a lot of ball trying to contest that layup by Riley Rieksecker. So the Bears don't get a shot,
no.
Then turn it over, and then get a third foul on their big man senior. And on a night like tonight where you got to try to get back into a ball game, I don't think you can afford. You might have to take your chance and ask the big senior to play for a while here with three and understand where he's at.
You said it in the first half. We're taking the leading score and letting him get a good look at the ball going through the basket, the free throw line. It's an easy way to get a good shooter into a rhythm, and that's not anything the Bears wanted to see early on.
That lead goes back to 12 as Rieksecker knocks them both down, gets his 17th and 18th points of the game already out of the 27 that Wauseon has. Welling kicks it to Arnold. Passed up an open three first. Dribble. Takes the three. No good. Rebound by Shehorn on the backside. And Wauseon will walk it across the timeline. They're going to be real happy just to chew up clock every possession here. and try to bleed this thing out the best they can with the big lead here in Bryan in the second half. Molina works against Welling, does a good job taking the drive away. A lot of body there. Good job by Bryce Welling, just being physical on that drive. Molina's miss comes down the hands of Tucker Watson. Arnold attacks, back to Watson, 15-footer, no good off iron. I tell you, that's Tucker Watson's shot, too. I'll give him that one all night long. He can knock that down. That one doesn't go. Wauseon now against the Bears man-to-man. Molina's got it up top. Now Minetti works, looks at his first shot of the night. Floater no good off back iron. Tucker Watson's got to be careful. And he takes that rebound down. Shehorn missed. Watson did a good job of just being in the way, not fouling, and then he got the defensive rebound. Welling looks, gets it in to Vollmer, kicks out to Arnold. Arnold's drive, kicks
nice
to Watson.
Pass.
Tucker Watson can't get the bunny to go. Had a little bit of a double clutch. Trying to avoid the shot blockers, and then it comes down. We've got a jump ball called, and that'll go to Wauseon. Tucker Miller and Hunter Watson check in for Bryce Welling and Tucker Watson. So the Bears, 2 posts now, you can say, are McGill and Vollmer. So Vollmer's your 1 true post. Wauseon working against the man-to-man from Bryan. Molina picks up his dribble in the paint. Gets it to Minetti. Minetti hassled by Hunter Watson up high. Goes to the paint again. This time finishes off glass. So after spending the entire half being nothing but a passer, Minetti's got a couple of quick shots and a bucket. His first one of the night extends that lead to 14 now for Wauseon. McGill kicks to Arnold. Ball gets poked away into the back court. Tucker Miller picks it up. Reset the offense for the Bears. Arnold works off of a screen for McGill. Swings to Hunter Watson. He works off of a screen for Vollmer. Elbow jumper, no good off back iron. Long rebound comes down to Minetti. No second chances here for the Bears so far off their misses. Wauseon controlling the boards. Minetti again. Third trip, third drive. They went in. Their adjustment at halftime was, we need to get Cole Minetti involved in this game. And he's been real aggressive. He's going to go to the free throw line. First foul of the night on freshman Cooper Vollmer.
I'll tell you one thing he has done. Minetti has made a great job of reading the defense and finding the open lane and then getting it strong to the basket. I mean, he's not going soft. He's just going up real strong.
Senior's first free throw at the Welling Construction free throw line is no good. Shooting 73% from the line this year. Averages 3 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists. Pretty solid, steady role player for Coach Burt. Another lefty as well, and second free throw is no good off the front iron. That ball, Alstetter tried to save it after he poked it away. Ends up in Welling's hands. He attacks. Rieksecker goes to the basket, and then we're going to get a whistle. Bryce Welling just was determined to get to the line and go through Rieksecker if he needed to.
If Bryce can convert on this, this will be our first points in transition tonight at the 5:01 mark of the third.
And that's where the Bears were really good the last 2 weeks. They got the ball, pushed the ball, got it out, and that was how they got into the rhythm of the ball of each of those 2 ball games, both those league wins. And that just has not been the case tonight. Welling's free throw goes. Second free throw, no good off left iron, tipped by McGill out to Welling. Welling's 6-footer in the paint will go. Nice, just good hard work by Bryce Welling right there. Gets him to 8, game back to 11, 29-18, the Wauseon lead. 4:50 left on the main stop scoreboard here in the third quarter.
Chance for the Bears to get a stop and maybe get this lead under 10.
Got to find some momentum if you're the Bears right now. Shehorn, touch on the block, working against Cooper Vollmer, can't get it to go. Alstetter takes the rebound away from Arnold, and he finishes off glass. Just cannot give extra chances. Right now, the Bears just cannot stay out of their own way. Ball swung around to Welling. Thought about a touch for McGill. Tucker Miller now tries to drop it in to Cooper Vollmer, kicked out of bounds by Molina.
It's just tough because they're backing so far off our shooters. Every possession, they back farther and farther away.
Yeah, there's no fear of the outside shooting of Bryan right now. Inbound pass lobbed up to McGill. He hands off to Tucker Miller. Bears set the offense. Arnold in front of his own bench. Drops it into Coop Vollmer. Vollmer working against Shehorn. Gets walled up. Kicks it out to Miller. He gets a look at 3. That one's good.
big.
That'll break the ice a little bit for the Bears, get the lead to 10. Nice inside-outside. It wasn't smooth, but it got the job done, and the Bears need a lot more of that.
Yeah, hopefully that breaks the ice and they can start knocking down a couple outside jumpers and clear things up in the lane.
Riegsacker works against Arnold, gets him in the air, and he'll go to the free throw line. Good offensive move there by the junior. First foul on Arnold. Riegsacker back to the free throw line again. Scorers know how to score, and that's a really good move there by the junior.
And he does a really nice job of not forcing the action. He just lets everything come to him. Been very impressed with him.
Really smooth stroke at the line as well as that one goes. Came in, I think, shooting 80% from the line. Does not hurt that number at all. Well above, well not well, but he's above his 17-point-a-game average. Bears miss a chance at another. It looks like the Bears are just running under the rim on free throws. They got dodged another bullet there.
You're right. There's been no step back, no contact on the free throw line to get a good solid box out.
Welling tries to step through, can't get it to go. McGill keeps it open. Bears swinging around the perimeter. Welling's going to attack. Bounce pass to Vollmer. Working into the right block against Shehorn. That's taken away. Kicks to Miller. Swung around to Arnold. Arnold tries to enter to McGill with a really tough angle. And then picked up by Alstetter, throws it ahead to Riegsacker, and Riegsacker continues to take advantage of some really easy opportunities. That time the run out off of the Bryan turnover, off of the lazy pass to the post. Lead back to 13 for Wauseon, 34-21. McGill to Welling, passed up on the three. Kicks to Arnold on the left side. Back to Welling. Welling drive, kick to Vollmer, gets Shehorn in the air. Great shot fake. And then straight up into the jumping defender. Coop Vollmer, great job there. Draws that second foul on Shehorn and gets himself to the Welling Construction free throw line.
Yeah, nice look by Bryce Welling too. Terrific pass.
Welling Construction, third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Vollmer's first free throw, hard off back iron. Bryce Welling took a little bit of a pit stop out there at the logo. Got his shoe off, got everything adjusted, got it tied back up, ready for our second free throw.
Little pit stop tire change.
Second free throw for Vollmer's good. He's got 5. Lead at 12 now for Wauseon. The Bears have got to find a way to chip into this a little bit more. You got to have this manageable going to the fourth.
Yeah, this is where we need a run. And the Bears need a little 6-0, 8-0 run, get themselves within striking distance.
Shehorn, boy, the quick one. Shehorn dropped his shoulder into Vollmer. Vollmer's going to get called for a push back. That'll be the second on Vollmer, 4th on the Bears for the quarter. So Wauseon will be shooting every free throw the rest of the way out. And that,
I think Coop got his arm extended on that. He keeps that arm in. I don't think that's a call.
Nice action off the inbound. Shehorn backside, rubbing off the screen. Easy finish for the junior. He's got 4, lead back to 14 for Wauseon. Arnold up top, swings to Welling. Welling looked at McGill. Swings to Miller, over to Arnold on the left side. Up top, Tucker Miller's going to try the right, kicks to McGill.
That's got to be a threat out there.
Yeah, he's got to think about he's just catching and looking for the pass.
Yeah,
he needs to think about shooting the ball.
He's got to square up and be an offensive threat. Even if he misses the 3, he's got to show he's willing to shoot it, because right now his man is literally playing him in the middle of the lane.
Welling's pass goes out of bounds off Vollmer's hands. Another turnover for the Bears. Wauseon now coming back the other way. 1:45 left in the third quarter. Wauseon looking to add to a 14-point lead here at Bryan High School tonight. Molina working up top against Arnold. Penetrates left side. Kicks to the corner to Minetti. He tries to enter to Alstetter. That gets poked out of bounds. Wauseon will have it out of bounds. 1:29 left on the Main Stop scoreboard. Main Stop's open when you need them. You're always near a Main Stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Same kind of curl action. That time Arnold read it, picked off the inbounds pass. As he pushes ahead, gets the ball picked away by Minetti from the backside. So the Bears get a turnover and then turn it right back over. Molina goes to the basket, has his shot blocked by Vollmer, and then Welling loses a dribble, turns it over at half court, and Molina finishes what he started down there. Lead at 16.
That was about 40 seconds of 7th grade, 3rd period phys ed broke out.
Bears have just not been able to take a good thing and make another good thing happen. Half-court offense here for the Bears. Welling gets it to that right elbow. Tucker Miller back to Welling, trying to get the ball a touch into Rhett McGill. Arnold now calls for a screen, turns it down, knocks down a three. Second three of the night for the Bears. Need a whole lot more of that now. 13-point lead for Wauseon. Manetti will bring it across, working against Welling. Molina now and Arnold. He gets into the paint, works the right-hand dribble, picks it up, kicks it out to Riegsecker. Rhett McGill trying to do a little bit of a face guard to do something to cool off the junior from Wauseon. Molina continues to dribble up high. Scott, I was going to say, he knew it was a 5. Coach Burt had the count of 5, and he knew he was getting a little bit too close, so he calls the 30-second timeout. S&S directional boring timeout. When it comes to your home or farm, make the smart play from new main water and sewer lines to field drainage. S&S directional boring keeps things flowing underground so you can take your time out in peace. S&S does it right the first time. Call 419-630-0729.
Coach Burt's so upset, he has not given up the basketball yet.
He held it.
He was so mad at his player, he took the ball away from him, went to the timeout, had a little Sunday sermon with the boys, talked a little bit about some things they needed to do. The officials weren't sure whether to go in the timeout and get it. And I want to tell him, I saw him as a player, he's not passing. So just let the timeout end and take it from him.
And I don't think anybody in stripes wanted to get close enough. They're like, you know what? When he wants to give it up, he'll give it up.
Yeah, I don't want to get in that huddle. There's too many things going in there. I don't want to be part of that.
So 10.7 seconds left here in the quarter. Bears need to stop. They will have possession to start the quarter if nothing changes. Ball is swung around. We do have a sub on the floor for the first time for Wauseon. Molina steps through. The bucket goes, but is no good. Official waves it off, said he didn't get it off in time. Just a tick too late there for Molina. Shot doesn't go, so the quarter will end with Wauseon holding a 38-25 lead here at Bryan High School. We'll take a break and be back with fourth quarter action from Bryan right after this.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Back at Bryan High School for fourth quarter action here. Brian Arnold and Tim Meister. Wauseon with a 38-25 lead. Bears with a lot of work to do. Hunter Watson, Tucker Watson, Cooper Vollmer, Jake Arnold, and Rhett McGill on the floor for the Bears. Bears in their half court. Tucker Watson with the touch up high. Gets it to Arnold. Left side three. Short. Tipped, kept alive. Nice job. Hunter Watson tipped it, kept it alive. Coop Vollmer came and picked it up. Then he's fouled by Alstetter. Jack Alstetter picks up his second. Vollmer will go to the free throw line. Chance here for the Bears to have a positive start to a quarter, would be the first one tonight.
Yeah, with this lineup on the floor with McGill, Vollmer, and Watson in, I think the Bears will have a chance to get some offensive rebounds, like the adjustment by the coaching staff of playing them. We saw it right away to get an offensive rebound, but boy, do we have to convert at the line.
Cooper Vollmer's first free throw, Wheeling Construction free throw line, was no good. Second free throw is up and good. Freshman came in off the bench tonight. He's got 6 for the Bears. Bears going to stay in there man-to-man. Rhett McGill continues to try to face guard Riley Riegsecker. Makes somebody else from Wauseon hurt the Bears. Molina working against Arnold up top. Gives up his dribble to Alstetter, guarded by Vollmer. Step through, gets poked away. Ends up in the hands of Tyler Rodriguez. Now up top to Manetti. His three is buried.
That young man has come to play this half.
So Colin Minetti had nothing in the first, didn't even shoot the ball, now has 5, and that's a big bucket after it looked like the Bears had a potential turnover. McGill looks to get it to Watson. Wauseon very, very aware that if the Bears can get it to Watson, they're good offensively, and they're just trying to take Tucker Watson out of the game. Now he's catching outside the three-point line. Swings it to Arnold. Works his way down to the right side. Arnold picks up his dribble, gets it to Watson. Again, outside the three-point line. Vollmer now, right block. Good hustle by Minetti. Saw Vollmer turn his back, went and chased. That's pretty good. Backside helping man-to-man against a post player.
Yes, it is.
Bryan will inbound underneath their own basket, trailing by 15. Arnold looked like he missed Tucker Watson on the curl on the inbounds play. Gets it in up top to Rhett McGill. McGill hands off to Hunter Watson. Hunter Watson hands off to Arnold. Swinging around the horn. McGill's got it. And Tucker Watson getting touches outside the three-point line is not where I'd want to see him. As Hunter Watson misses everything off the three. Chased down by Rhett McGill. Good hustle by him. Comes out to Arnold. Tucker Watson's got it now, and then we're going to get a reach called. He draws a lot. I mean, he's drawing his flies to a light as soon as he's got the ball. He's got 3 Wauseon Indians all over him. They're not going to make it easy on him, but right now, if anybody's going to force the action, I'd like to see Tucker Watson force the action.
And we don't have to score when we throw it into him the first time. I'd like to see us go inside out a couple times. If they're going to double him, once he gets it, kick it back out, but kick it right back down to him. It's hard to go double-double in a high school defense.
Bears continue to try to get to the post, but our post players right now are just getting themselves pushed off the blocks. Hunter Watson will try another 3, and that one's good. And that's the only way. Coach Meister, we talked about this before with the Bears struggling from outside. You're not going to get better at shooting threes in the game if you stop shooting threes in the game.
Right.
So Hunter Watson knocks one down there, gets the Bears a little closer. 5.5 left here in the final quarter. Bears stay in their man-to-man defense. Minetti to Molina in the corner. Molina works off of a screen from Rodriguez, pushes into the paint, draws a crowd. Allstetter picks up the easy rebound, can't get the finish to go, and then it goes out of bounds off of Tucker Watson. Bryce Welling is going to check in for Rhett McGill. Let's see if he goes and guards Riegsecker. We'll see who draws that. Hunter Watson is going to guard Riegsecker now for the Bears. Tyler Rodriguez got it. Gets it up to Riegsecker. Deep 3. Off front iron short. Long rebound chased down by Jake Arnold. Attacks in the paint. Hand off to Tucker Watson. He runs into a lot of hands, and we're going to get a jump ball called. I think that's one. Tucker's going to get himself a call if he just goes right up. He kind of got the ball down low, let Rodriguez get the ball wrapped up, and he just needs to go straight up with it.
Yep, that's probably one where he passed up a good shot to try to get a great shot.
Yep.
Sometimes a good shot's a good shot, and you take it.
You can't blame him. Frustrated. It's been hard. Touches have been hard. The opportunities have been hard. And right there, he's just trying to get himself a little bit of a better look and got wrapped up. Molina gets it down to Minetti, working on the baseline. Screen by Rodriguez. Molina now trying to work off of a screen from Riegsecker. Works it down the left side. Ball gets taken away by Arnold. Watson picks up the turnover, gets it up to Welling. Tucker Watson got in the block there right now. Now he needs to go to work on Rodriguez. Kicks to Hunter Watson, top of the key 3. Good for Hunter Watson. Back-to-back 3s by Watson. Good to see. Going to get a quick 30-second timeout here for Bryan. SNS Directional Boring. Going to take it with them. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Network.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Back-to-back 3-pointers by Hunter Watson have the Bears within 9 now. Good action there by the Bears. There was some good inside out. Tucker Watson recognized he's drawn a lot of defense. Hunter Watson had just knocked one down, had his toes on the line. Buried that three. Big hit for the Bears. Stops and buckets, stops and buckets. There's still 4:19 left on the clock. Bears down to just 2 timeouts, but a lot of things still can go in your favor. Crazier things have happened, but we got to get stops.
You know, think about it. You're stopping a 3, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point game with still somewhere in the vicinity of 3 minutes left. That's really good. Now on the other side of the floor, though, this is where the Bears really got to pick it up because Wauseon's running 30 to 45 seconds of possession. At some point, time's just not on your side.
Riegsecker flash, just a blur to the bucket. Jab step by Watson, by the other Watson, and then finish off glass. And what the Bears don't need is to give up easy layups to the leading scorer.
Nice recognition by Riley Riegsecker.
Good screen by Tucker Watson. Jump shot from Arnold, no good. Hustle by Hunter Watson. Kicks to Welling. His 3, no good off back iron. Rebound comes down to Tucker Watson. He gets fouled, so the Bears will keep possession down here. Couple good looks there for the Bears. 15-footer for Arnold. Welling the open 3, but 2 good hustle rebounds by Hunter Watson and Tucker Watson to keep the possession alive. Cooper Vollmer gets the ball on the inbounds. Going to work against Shehorn. Step through, layup. Really nice job by the freshman. Good post move for Vollmer.
Yeah, that's big. That's a big-time post move right there from a freshman.
Now Arnold and Fisher. Fisher checked in. He goes all the way. Can't finish off glass, and we're going to get a push on Altaffer. Tucker Watson got that defensive rebound, get hit from behind. So that's 3 on him, 4 on Wauseon, 1 more for Wauseon. Bears got to stay aggressive. You're going to get a chance to score with the clock stopped.
Absolutely.
9-point game.
Now the key is, does Bryan recognize that situation? 4 fouls on Wauseon. Contact gets you to score with the clock stopped. It's important we get good shots.
Watson working, trying to get Vollmer, and Vollmer just gets the ball taken away. Lost his seal. That's not a bad entry pass. That's one where the freshman post got to keep his seal. Ball got taken away.
Nice
Jake
strip.
Arnold picks Minetti. Goes up through contact, can't get it to go. That's one where maybe you'd like to see a little bit of a jump stop, let the defender go by and finish easy off glass. But the freshman will go to the Welling Construction free throw line for a couple of shots. That was the 5th foul, 2 on Wauseon, Coach Meister. So everything is free throws the rest of the way now for the Bears.
Nice fleece by Jake out front. Sat on that crossover dribble.
First free throw is no good. Arnold will get another shot here. Arnold's second leading scorer for the Bears, just around 10. Just a 45% free throw shooter, and he misses both when we need him really bad. It's time to make some shots if you're the Bears. Can't miss opportunities. Bears will have it, though. Went out of bounds off of Wauseon. 3:05 left on the clock. Arnold gets it into Watson. Hunter Watson up to Welling. Welling thought the ball went out off Fisher, but the official saw it go off Bryce. So another turnover by the Bears, another missed opportunity. Had a chance for a layup, didn't make it. Had a chance for free throws, didn't make it. And then just threw the ball away off of our own player.
This stage of the game, you have to capitalize on every opportunity you have.
All right, back at Bryan High School. Wauseon comes out of that full S&S directional boring timeout. Bears have got it down to 6. Stay in their man-to-man. Ball gets inbounded to Minetti working against Welling. His ball gets tipped away by Arnold into the hands of Vollmer. Bears need a bucket now. 2:18 left on the main stop scoreboard. Welling trying to get it down to Tucker Watson. He gets the touch, works against Shehorn. Shehorn flops.
There's got to be something.
It's got to be a block.
It's got to be a call.
How is that not a foul? He tripped him. It's got to be a block.
It's got to be a call.
How is that not a foul? He tripped him.
It's got to be a call.
If it's not that, it's a travel. It's got to be something. It can't be nothing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a blown call there by that baseline official.
Yeah.
At a critical juncture.
I mean, you talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights look. He had it. He wasn't sure what.
Bears will try to deny off the inbound. Arnold works against Molina in the backcourt. Molina picked up now by Welling. Dribbles into the front court, able to get it to Shehorn. Shehorn is going to get fouled from behind. Jake Arnold will foul him, send Shehorn to the line for 2 with 58.6 left, and Wauseon up by 8. Brody Shehorn, first free throw, front iron, back iron, and goes. 92% free throw shooter. Struggled early. I think he missed his first 2 after we said he was at 90% free throw shooter. He's got 5. Lead to 9. Chance to get it back to double digits. That one goes. He's got 6, 47-37 now. Wauseon leads under a minute. Clock running on the main stop scoreboard. Welling going to work the right side. Tries to spin, fadeaway jumper. Went through Allstetter's hands, finds Tucker Miller. Miller's got it, finds Tucker Watson. Watson working against Shehorn. Through some contact, no whistle. Rebound down to Allstetter. Molina's got it, pushes into the front court. Hounded by Welling and Arnold, and then we get a foul called on Bryce Welling. That'll be the 3rd on the Bears. Still got to give 1 more before Wauseon goes to the free throw line. Cooper Beltran will check into the game for Bryce Welling. 33 seconds. I think Coach Parker just getting the senior back on the floor there for the last 30 seconds, his last home game. Tucker Miller now works against Molina in the backcourt. Ball to Allstetter. Allstetter gets it across. He gets bumped by Beltran. 4th team foul on the Bears, so next one will put Wauseon on the line the rest of the way.
Bears need a turnover to timeout here to get a little prayer of a hope.
Wauseon inbounds from beside their bench into the backcourt to Riegsecker. And Tucker Miller will foul Riegsecker. He'll go to the line, try to add to his game high 23 points, and he's been money from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, he's played outstanding. A terrific effort by the 6'2 junior.
Been really impressed with him tonight. He'll be a problem for the league all year next year. If Coach Burke gets some things to go around and find some pieces. His JV team had some length, had a couple of nice athletes on it too. Not losing a lot of guys as far as seniors go and graduation. So, he's had a better year than what he thought he might have as far as the league goes. This is going to get them to that, what we talked about, the 4-2 in the league. The chance to be over 500. Bears get it in the front court. 13 seconds left on the clock. Tucker Watson gets a touch. Kicks it to Arnold, right corner 3 is no good. Tipped out of bounds by Cooper Beltran. It'll stay here with 5 seconds left. Can't say the Bears haven't gotten looks. They finally got a little bit warm. I think we made 4 threes here in the second half, but it's just got to be a lot better. Tucker Watson, Cooper Beltran gets the last shot for the Bears. Doesn't go off back iron. Rebound down to Allstetter. And that'll do it from Bryan. Wauseon comes to Bryan, gets the 11-point win, 48-37. So we are done here in Bryan. Ball game's over. Wauseon gets the win, gets them to 4-2 in the league. Bears fall to even 3-3 with 1 left next week at Archbold. We're going to take a break here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, back at Bryan High School. Wauseon comes to town, gets the Bears tonight. Bryan Arnold and Tim Meister here with you on the Golden Bears Sports Network, working to try to get some stats together for you. Coach Meister, the Bears just not able to overcome just an icy start to the night offensively and never really got into any kind of flow on that end of the floor.
No, all game offensively it was real clunky for the Bears, and God bless them. They tried everything. Again, sometimes you just have those nights where offensively you feel like everything is just so jagged, nothing smooth, nothing flowing. The looks you want to get, it seems like you can't get. And then like you said, really midway through the third quarter, through the fourth, the Bears had some really nice offensive looks. They had some open shots. They got the ball inside, just weren't able to convert. And that's tough when it gets to a team like Wauseon because, as we said before the game, I think they execute as well as any team in our league year in, year out. They know exactly what they want to do. They did a great job of executing defensively, making Bryan beat them from the outside. When all those things played together, it was just a tough recipe for the Bears tonight.
Yeah, and Riley Riegsecker individually caused the Bears a lot of trouble. With his ended up probably around 25 or whatever he had, and a lot of that was easy. There were some runouts and there were some layups. He didn't live or die by the three. He made his hay a little bit everywhere, but the Bears just gave him. I think they gave him too good of a start. Yeah. He got real comfortable in this game early. Nothing was hard early on, and then he was just it was easy, and he was real confident after that first quarter.
He finished with 24, and I think 4 of those came in the last couple minutes at the free throw line. He had 16 at the half, and we just let him get off to such a good quality start, and then we had to make some adjustments in the second half. That opened it up for a couple of other young men who stepped up and played really, really well for Wauseon. Hit some big baskets, found some open lanes to drive. That first half just allowed Wauseon to make some adjustments because we had to all of a sudden step out. I even think you mentioned a couple of times we face guarded Riley Riegsecker for a stretch.
Yeah, and that, try to take him away, try to break up the rhythm. Minetti came out and got hot there at the start, kind of helped Coach Burt's squad get back on a little bit of a run. But the Bears were just never, we got it to within 6. After that, 3, or we had it within 6 after a 3-point bucket, and just couldn't get the stop that we needed to get it closer. But when you're always chasing, you use so much energy, and it's just hard to come back from such a big deficit, especially when you're trying to do it late.
The Bears got it to 6. Then, if you remember, got the turnover, came down, got the post entry. There was a collision in the post. Both bodies go down, and there's no call. That's huge. Now, the reason I bring that up is not because, okay, that call swung the game. It's when you put yourself in a position where you're depending on a call, and it could have went either way. I'm not saying it was good call, bad call either way, but you put yourself in that position, that's tough. You try not to get yourself in a position where a single call could impact momentum, and really that's what happened. And Wauseon did a great job of capitalizing, coming back, and stretching that lead back to double digits.
Yeah, it feels like they had an answer all night. Yeah. Every time the Bears did something, they had an answer. They had a couple of buckets, and the Bears would feel good about things for a second, and then they go right back on another run. And, you can see the game stats there. That 13 for 44 is just not going to get it done against anybody.
Yeah, let's look at team stats for Wauseon. Outstanding 17 for 35, 14 for 23 from the 2, and 3 for 12 from the 3. Only 11 for 20 from the free throw line, but did get themselves there 20 times. 9 turnovers, 25 rebounds for the Bears. They were 13 for 44 from the floor, 8 for 25 from the 2, 5 for 19 from the 3. You don't win many games shooting 29% from the field. 6 for 13 from the free throw line, 15 turnovers, 31 rebounds, 14 points from the Bears bench. Let's look at individual scoring for Wauseon. Colin Minetti with 5, Xavier Molina with 5, Brody Shehorn with 6, Jack Allstatter with 8, and they were led by Riley Riegsecker with 24. For the Bryan Golden Bears, Tucker Watson with 2, Tucker Miller with 3, Hunter Watson with 6, Jake Arnold with 7, Cooper Vollmer off the bench with 8, and they were led by Bryce Welling tonight with 11 points. And that will title your final score of Wauseon 48, Bryan 37.
So Wauseon comes in and spoils senior night tonight for the Bears. Want to thank our 4 seniors. Number 4, Jack Kennedy, whose season was cut short with that knee injury. We saw him get that ceremonial opening tip and get to make a bucket his last time walking onto the floor in his basketball career. Tough end for that young man. Tucker Miller, number 10, has played really well this year for the Bears. Wasn't even sure that he was going to play basketball. He's a soccer guy, good baseball guy, but he came out, stuck with it, and he's been a good, strong role player and a good senior leader for Coach Parker's squad. Tucker Watson obviously has been a heart and soul of most of the success the Bears have had has gone through the big man inside, whether it's been defensive presence, rebounding, or his ability to score really from 15 feet and in. And then senior Cooper Beltran, not a lot of minutes there at all for Cooper Beltran, but he is a great teammate, great energy guy on the bench, and I know the coaches appreciate what those seniors have done. And what you hope in every program is that you're in a situation where your seniors, whether you're winning a lot or struggling, they're setting a foundation that later groups can start to see some success from. Last year we had a big senior class that I thought did things the right way, led kids the right way, and this year it's the same kind of thing. You don't have a big senior class, but you got kids that are doing things the right way, coming to practice every day, working hard, and hopefully they're setting a tone that the younger kids see, and then they're able to do something with that when it's their time.
Yeah, and when you have a season where you don't win as many games as you want to, I think it really leans on your seniors to keep everybody involved, to keep everybody's heads up, to keep the attitudes positive, and to continue to play hard, because it's easy for all of those things to go by the wayside. Those 4 kids have done that. They've represented the community and the school extremely well. They're all, as you alluded to, good human beings. I mean, there are people that go out and make a difference when they graduate. Basketball is just a piece of it. But as a community member, someone who's lived here for 30-plus years, really proud they represented us, because I think those 4 kids did it in the right way.
Absolutely, well said. All right, one last time. Tonight's game was brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. As we get close to the end of the year, just want to make sure we continue to thank those sponsors for our ability to bring this broadcast to everybody in the Bryan area and really all around the country, Bryan fans everywhere. Our next game will be tomorrow night. We're right back at it at Paulding. Bryan plays a really good Paulding Panther basketball team. They were up big at the half on Sonora tonight. They've had a really good year, coming off of a strong fall. A lot of the same athletes playing basketball after they made a 3-game run into the state playoffs. Knocked off Fairview twice, a really good football team that the Bears struggled with. So there won't be a whole lot of easy tomorrow when we get down to Paulding County.
I think you will appreciate this because you watched every single boys basketball game. I am fairly certain that this may be the most athletic team top to bottom that Bryan has seen this year. And I don't say that very lightly, because I know we've seen some very athletic teams. Paulding is extremely athletic.
Yes, yeah, we're going to see some kids that can run, some kids that can jump and shoot it. They've got some brothers, the Mann's brothers that play, and those guys are super athletic. And then a Roanhouse kid that's a leading scorer, that's a really superb athlete, was a receiver, defensive back on their football team. So, they got kids who have won a lot of ball games, been really successful, and playing with a lot of confidence.
Blake Roanhouse, I mean, how is this for a career? Last year he was first-team All-Ohio wide receiver, GMC Basketball Player of the Year. This year he is first-team All-Ohio wide receiver. So we'll see if he gets the GMC Player of the Year again or not. But just tremendous athlete.
Yeah, doing a lot of impressive things. We want to thank our crew tonight. Our director, Colton Sheeline. Running the robotics was Trinity Sampson. Cameras tonight run by Jackson Vashall, Miles Northrup, and Ethan Fryman. Back at the radio station, we want to thank Rick Armentrout. Helped us out at 96.5. This student broadcast is brought to you by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network. With Tim Meister, I'm Bryan Arnold. Wauseon comes in, gets a big league win tonight for Coach Burt and his squad. Have a great night, everybody.